SportsBeat is brought to you by Ken Garth. We hear you.
SportsBeat is live. JJ and Sam with you for the next 45 minutes. Kickoff between BYU and Navy is less than 24 hours away.
Here we go. We'll head to Annapolis for a sneak peek at the Cougars and the midshipmen. Plus, after a tough loss in Game 7, Donovan Mitchell looks ahead to his future with the Utah Jazz.
But we'll start there with the NBA. The fun the Jazz are missing out on right now in Orlando, the NBA playoffs. The Lakers dropped their series opener to the Houston Rockets. Should Laker Nation be worried?
Maybe. Remember, the Lakers did lose Game 1 to Damian Lillard and the Trailblazers, though, before they reeled off 4 straight. Now, they've tried to do the same thing in the Western Conference semifinals. Game 2 against the Rockets went down tonight. Lakers with a big lead early, and as the clock hits zeros in the first quarter, it's Rajon Rondo with the 3 for a 16-point lead after 1 quarter. In the second quarter, the Lakers outrunning, led by LeBron James, and he's going to finish off with the Ute. They're up by 21. Sounds like it's about time for a Rockets comeback, right? How about Eric Gordon for 3 from the wing, cuts the lead to 10. Then later on, Robert Covington for 3, and guess what? Houston has taken the lead. They led by 2 entering the 4th. Lakers don't curl up, though, in a 2-point game. LeBron running again. Look how high up he gets on this replay. Oh, King James with 28 points, 11 rebounds, 9 assists. Anthony Davis had the 34. Lakers even up the series with the 117-109 win.
Down 3-0. Did the Bucks have any fight left to avoid the sweep to the Heat? Giannis did early, 19 points in just 11 minutes. But why just 11 minutes? Well, this happened early in the second quarter. An ankle injury. He left the game and did not return. So with Giannis out, the Bucks had to turn to their other all-star to carry them to victory. Chris Middleton ties the game at 77. The Heat were led by Bam Adebayo, who had 26. They come back and force overtime. And that's when Middleton took control of the game. A key jumper. And then the dagger. Middleton with a game-high 36, and the Bucks live to fight another day.
And back top, he lost it. The Nuggets come up with a defensive play. Murray, they missed the layup. Gobert got it. Mitchell hanging at the other end. 2 seconds to go for the win, and it rims out. Denver hangs on. And the respect from 2 guys that will be tied together for a long time.
You know, it's been 5 days and it still hurts. You're just left to wonder what might have been. The Jazz just 1 inch away from winning a Game 7 on a buzzer beater. How amazing would that have been? Instead, a painful end to a season full of adversity for the Utah Jazz. There was the roller coaster streaks of wins and losses. That night, of course, in Oklahoma City when the world changed forever, followed by the falling out between Donovan and Rudy. Then the Jazz become just the 12th team in NBA history to blow a 3-1 lead in a playoff series. Through all that, Donovan Mitchell feels the Jazz will be better for this in the future.
We went from being an unsalvageable team about 3 months ago to this. And I don't think anybody outside of us expected that. And I'm happy with the way we played. Obviously not the result, but look, man, like we got things that we know we can fix. And like I said, we felt like we kind of gave certain situations where we had control of the series and we let it get out of hand.
I think it's very encouraging for the future, and obviously it's painful because we want to win, and we will. I have no doubt that we will. But I think it's something. We started something, and now we're just gonna have to finish it.
Sucks. This will be in my mind for a long time, and it kind of reminds me of last year during the 4-23 from the field. I kind of fueled my entire season in Game 5 against Houston. In Houston, I fueled everything I did this year. It's just another thing to fuel for next year. I'll be back. We'll be back. Bojan coming back. I'm not putting everything on Bojan, but like him coming back is another weapon, and this won't happen again.
What a series for Donovan Mitchell. He's taken his game to another level. 2 50-point games in the series against the Nuggets. There's not many superstars in the NBA. It's clear after watching that series, the Jazz have one of them.
There's certain things I can't lie to you. I kind of was surprised at little things that I've done and accomplished, but it's nothing that I haven't worked on. There was criticisms of what I could do on the offensive end and defensive end, and I feel like I took a step in that right direction. Like I said, this isn't the last of it. This is me scratching the surface. I know what I can do. I know what I worked for. I know how hard I work. I know how hard this team has worked. And this won't be the end of it. And that's one thing. And that's really what's fueling me, because this ain't it. Like, this ain't the end. This is just the beginning, man. I'm ready to go hoop again right now. I think we all are. This is just the beginning.
Yeah, it was an emotional series for Donovan. You can tell he loves this team, and according to reports, he wants to stick around for a while. Yahoo Sports reporting this week that he's expected to sign a 5-year max contract extension once free agency begins next month. Donovan also shared an emotional personal moment with us from outside of his basketball life. He posted this pic on Instagram. His grandmother passed away this weekend. He said in his tribute, quote, "I don't get here if it wasn't for you. The last game you were able to see me was scoring 57. Who would have thought?"
Intercepted. Cougars pick it off. It's complete. And another touchdown. Drop. Wilson 15-10. Wilson on his feet 5. On his feet. Touchdown. From Tyson, down and in, touchdown! Keep the legs driving, tremendous play. 35-30, 25-20, things open up, and there he goes, 10-5, touchdown! But he's touchdown! They stick the touchdown! He got in, and the Cougars win!
Yes, we are now less than 24 hours away from kickoff. The BYU Cougars 2020 season is a go, and the Monday night spotlight on ESPN is the destination for the season opener at Navy. And BYU is out to prove that even without a schedule full of heavy hitters, they can capture the attention of the nation. And it begins on offense, where the Cougars ranked in the bottom half, 67th nationally in scoring offense last season. And that was actually an improvement from the previous season. The Cougars expect that ranking to go up once again this season with the return of 8 starters, including the playmaker under center. Let's send it out to KSL Sports BYU insider Mitch Harper, who's on the ground in Annapolis.
All eyes here in Annapolis will be on junior quarterback Zach Wilson, who was officially named BYU's starting quarterback this past week. Wilson averaged 264 yards per game through the air this past season, but decision-making will be important against a midshipman defense that plays aggressive.
Pretty easy touchdown pass for Zach Wilson right there.
The good thing for Wilson is that he has an offensive line that brings back 7 players who have started in a total of 115 games during their careers. With star Matt Bushman out for the season, Wilson will now look to target redshirt freshman Isaac Rex at the tight end spot. Wide receiver Gunnar Romney, a favorite target of Wilson's during camp, will be another player to watch against a Navy defense that was 16th in total defense a year ago. With SportsBeat from Annapolis, Maryland, Mitch Harper, KSLSports.com.
Well, you heard Mitch tell us that Wilson's going to be the starter tomorrow night behind center. He was named the top quarterback this last week after BYU's coaching staff kept quiet on that competition between Wilson and Baylor Romney this camp. Wilson has been limited in practices last year leading up to the opener, but this fall he says he's ready to play more than ever before.
You know, everyone wants to play at 100%. You know, last year was just rushed. You know, no excuses. Obviously, I should have, you know, done better and all that last year, but it's nice coming to this year healthy. You know, I'm super excited that I finally have the ability to feel like, you know, I'm strides ahead of where I was last year.
Not having to, you know, rehab or anything like that. I think he was able to just kind of master his craft a little bit more and improve his game, and he worked really hard during the offseason.
Let's turn the page to the defensive side of the ball. And the BYU defense has a tough assignment Monday night, stopping Navy's option attack. That's not easy to do, especially in a season opener. Defending the option requires discipline, maturity, and experience. Well, the Cougars have that. Kairos Tonga returns for his senior year on the defensive line. Isaiah Kafusi leads a talented linebacker core, And then there's defensive backs Troy Warner and Zane Anderson, two seniors that are talented, but their college careers have been stifled by injuries. If they're healthy, they'll be a big boost on the back end. Let's go back to Mitch in Annapolis with more on this Cougar defense.
When going up against a triple option offense, you have to be disciplined and assignment sound. BYU's run defense last year had struggles with those characteristics by giving up 167 yards per game to its opponents. But there's optimism that's going to change. For BYU to make things challenging on Navy and its new quarterback Dalen Morris, senior Kairos Tonga will need to create havoc. Tonga turned down the NFL last offseason to play one more year for the Cougars and have opportunities like the one he's going to experience on Monday night. Behind Tonga and the BYU defensive line is a linebacker unit that brings back a lot of experience, led by Captain Isaiah Kafusi, and a secondary that boasts one of the best safety tandems in years with seniors Troy Warner and Zane Anderson. With SportsBeat from Annapolis, Maryland, Mitch Harper, KSLSports.com.
We got a lot more on KSLSports.com previewing BYU Navy. What will determine which team is victorious on Monday? It will no doubt be the play in the trenches. BYU's defensive line, which has a massive size advantage against Navy, contain the midshipman option attack. Well, Navy head coach Ken Niumatalolo recognizes the challenge his offensive line will face.
Very physical front. That's going to be probably one of my biggest concerns, Randy, because of the way we've been practicing. So it's kind of like hitting punching bags for heavy bags for a while, and then all of a sudden you go get in the ring, get hit in the face first time.
Well, how about this? The Washington football team announced its final 53-man roster on Saturday, and Alex Smith was one of the 3 quarterbacks named to the team. He won't be the team's starting quarterback. That job belongs to second-year slinger Dwayne Haskins. Smith will share second-team reps with Kyle Allen.
Incredible story that he's even back. And this will go down as one of the most bizarre moments in tennis history. The top men's tennis player in the world, NOVAK Djokovic, has been disqualified from the U.S. Open after unintentionally hitting a ball that struck a judge in the throat. After several minutes of discussion with officials, Djokovic was defaulted out of the U.S. Open. He was seeking his 18th Grand Slam title, and he was 26-0 this year. The season opener against Navy, we're counting down the 5 best season openers in Cougar history. Where'd Mangum's Miracle land in this week's top 5?
Quarterback throws 9 TDs. A team scores 84 points. A rivalry celebrates 100 years. We've got the best of the Utah High School football weekend when SportsBeat continues.
SportsBeat is brought to you by Ken Garth. We hear you.
BYU fans, when you wake up tomorrow morning, it will be game day. Less than 24 hours before the Cougars kick off their 2020 season against the Naval Academy. And what better way to do it than a Monday Night Football on ESPN?
Yeah, before Monday's 6 p.m. kickoff, we thought it would be fun to dig into BYU's storied past, though. In this week's SportsBeat Top 5, we're going to count down the best season opening wins in BYU football history.
Back to throw as Wilson throws. Touchdown!
Number 5 takes us all the way back to 1979. BYU at number 14, Texas A&M. Mark Wilson had undergone emergency appendectomy leading up to the game. He still drove BYU down to score in the final 52 seconds to pull within 1, and then that 2-point conversion for the 18-17 win.
Last play of the game. Snap, Tanner. Back pedal. Sprint out to the right. Got time, loads up, launches it, goes for the end zone. The ball's in the air, it drops at the goal line. I think he caught it for a touchdown. He got it! He got it! He got it! Touchdown, Nick Matthews! The Cougars win it! The Cougars win it!
Fresh off a mission, freshman Tanner Mangum stepped into the spotlight for an injured Taysom Hill, launched a pass to Mitch Matthews that goes down as one of the greatest finishes in BYU history. It ended Nebraska's streak of 29 consecutive season-opening victories.
Sarkeesian throwing the rainbow. KO makes a catch, breaks a tackle at the 30, at the 20. Goodbye. KO touchdown.
Oler on the call. In 1996, BYU's 14-1 season began with a home game against 12th-ranked Texas A&M in the Pigskin Classic. It was a shootout. Steve Sarkisian threw for 536 yards and 6 touchdowns. The sixth one came with 1:03 left in the game to Keo Kealalui for 46 yards away to give BYU that 41-37 win.
They give it the fullback. Here it is, and he is going to score.
It was the first live college football game broadcast on ESPN. BYU rallied on the road to defeat the third-ranked Pitt Panthers 20-14, thanks to that 50-yard touchdown pass from Robbie Bosco to Adam Haysbert. The win vaulted the Cougars from unranked to 15th in the country and made a national championship season possible.
Paul to the end zone. Touchdown!
And number one, BYU upsetting third-ranked Oklahoma at Cowboys Stadium, the first regular season game played at Jerry World. Max Hall threw a touchdown pass to McKay Jacobson with 3 minutes to go. Mitch Payne's extra point gave BYU the 14-13 lead for good, and BYU's defense held Oklahoma to just 265 yards of total offense in that one. All right, well, since resuming regular season play 2 weeks ago, Real Salt Lake has a win and 2 draws. Those results currently leave them 1 spot out of the playoff picture with 3 games to play in this first phase back. Tonight, they were up north visiting Minnesota United, and they were a bit deflated. 25th minute, RSL with a chance on the free kick. Giuseppe Rossi plays it into the box, but it's easily cleared out. In the 53rd minute, Chase Gasper for Minnesota makes it look real easy. Beats the defender to the ball and sends it in 1-0 Minnesota. In the 62nd minute, more from Minnesota. Robin Lode taps it in 2-0. 75th minute, look at the passing here. There's 5 touches before the goal finally put in by Ja'Cory Hayes. That's just pretty. Minnesota got another one in the 90th minute, a 4-goal half, and RSL is shut out 4-0.
Now to golf. The PGA Tour is in Atlanta for the PGA Tour Championship. The final round will take place on Labor Day Monday. Third round action Sunday. Let's check in with Tony Finau, starting on the third. This is his approach.
The Rainmaker.
And it was nice.
Okay.
Sets up Tony for an easy birdie putt on that par 4. Now let's go to the 10th. Tony gonna chip it in from the rough. And he's got himself another birdie. 17th hole, par 4. Going to sink the putt for 6th birdie of the day. That scream came from his wife, by the way. Then on 18, another great putt to finish strong. Tony moved up 8 spots after 4 under 66. He's 7 under for the tournament. 12 shots back of the leader. Yes, 12 shots back of the leader. And that leader is Dustin Johnson. He's running away with this tournament. But first, the shot of the third round. Colin Morikawa holes out for birdie out of the beach to move to 10 under. Colin is 12 under, but he's 7 shots behind Johnson. Dustin on fire, a 6 under 64. He enters Monday's final round at 19 under with a comfortable 5-shot lead.
Padres on the road in Oakland, tied at 2 in the 4th. Jake Cronenworth with the RBI double for a 3-2 lead. Then in the 7th inning, how good has Fernando Tatis Jr. been this year? Unloads a 2-run homer. He's tied with Mike Trout for the league lead of 15 homers. Padres get the win 5-3.
Padres are fun. What kind of world do we live in? So the Miami Marlins don't stink this year either. They'd qualify for the expanded playoffs if the season ended today, thanks to talent like that. Jazz Chisholm. This diving catch in the Marlins' 5-4 loss to the Tampa Bay Rays. In 10 innings. That is a great catch.
Okay, if you thought that was nice, how about this one here? Yeah, back-to-back plays of the game. This one from the Diamond. Check out Jose Ramirez in the hot corner for the Cleveland Indians. Able to make that throw all the way across the diamond for the out. It's very Nolan Arenado-like, right?
We know who the best third baseman in baseball is. Sad news to report from the baseball world. Hall of Famer Lou Brock has passed away at the age of 81, one of the all-time greats. He stole 938 bases in his career and 118 in 1974. Both were MLB records broken by Rickey Henderson. He played 19 seasons, 16 of them with the St. Louis Cardinals, 6-time All-Star, once at age 40, and he won 2 World Series titles in 1964 and 67. All right, let's stick with baseball for this week's archive, shall we?
Yeah, this is fun. One of the great moments in baseball history happened on this day 25 years ago.
It may never be broken. A streak we thought would never be broken. September 6, 1995, Cal Ripken Jr. plays in his 2,131st consecutive game, breaking Lou Gehrig's consecutive games played record. The streak continued until 1998, ending at 2,632. To put that into perspective, the longest active streak of consecutive games in Major League Baseball right now is just 287 games. Whit Merrifield of the Kansas City Royals.
Days off. All right, let's dust off another tape from the basement. It was on this day 6 years ago that Taysom Hill led BYU to a 41-7 blowout win over Texas and Austin. The highlight, of course, Taysom's leap over Texas safety Dylan Haynes on a 30-yard touchdown run. He ran for 99 yards and 3 touchdowns, passed for 181 yards, and they got that big win. All right, did you know that a high school football team here in Utah scored 84 points on Friday? It's not a joke, guys. We'll show you the highlights along with our top 5 high school plays of the week. It's all coming up.
Welcome back. Now we want to entertain you with the best that Utah high school football had to offer this week.
Yeah, it was a good one. Week 4 included a high-scoring affair between second-ranked American Fork and East. We'll get right to that one. Maddox Madsen threw just 1 touchdown before leaving with an injury last year when these two teams played. On Friday night, he more than made up for it. Playing 7-zip in the first, Madsen gets right to work with big results. Fisher Ingersoll, one of his 9 catches, an 88-yard touchdown, ties it up. East kept pace in the first half. Isaac Zimmerman, 22-yard touchdown to Orion Maile Kaufusi, who makes a nice move to get in, ties it up at 14. 16 seconds later, Madsen and Ingersoll doing it again, this time for 78 yards. Ingersoll had 240 yards and 3 touchdowns. AF up 21-14. Second quarter, Zimmerman, matching Madsen's aerial assault early, finds Mapa Vaianuku for a 62-yard score. East is leading 28-26. 11 seconds later, Madsen to Will Zundel. He was one of 4 AF receivers with 100 or more yards. He takes it 80 here. After the 2-pointer, AF leads 34-28. But on the ensuing kickoff to Ioni Tausinga, right up the gut, untouched for East. It's 34-all at the half. Third quarter, AF steps on the gas. Madsen to Noah Moyaki. Moyaki had 3 touchdown catches. In the fourth, Madsen to Trey Roberts. 79 yards here. American Fork scored 5 straight touchdowns at that point. Madsen finished with 628 yards passing and 9 touchdowns. American Fork with the 69-49 win.
12th-ranked Westlake took its 3-0 record to Harem in second quarter. Westlake's Logan Ashton with the pick and the 6. They held a 9-7 lead at the half. Second half, Harriman quarterback Cody Lazenby on the boot. It's a 17-yard touchdown. The Mustangs build a 17-9 lead. Under 2 minutes to go. Here come the Thunder. Zach Childs wide open to Braden Perry. It's a 46-yard score. Westlake down 2, and they go for 2 in the tie. But Harriman's defense holds strong. Westlake with their first loss of the season. Really heating up here. In the second, Sam Levitt to Jay Stoneman for 6-7 yards. Then later in the quarter, Levitt to Isaac Vaha, one of the highly recruited kids in the state, 16-0 Vikings. Then with 3 minutes before the half, a double pass. Rex Connors to his twin Porter Connors. The Connors connection. It has to be the hair. Vikings, where they win 36-10. The 2-1 Alta Hawks knocking on the door of our top 20 rankings, visiting number 9 Orem. Second quarter, Orem already up 3-0. Joe Smith takes off. 30 yards to pay dirt. 10-0 Tigers after a Hawks touchdown and interception. Final play of the half. Ethan Jackson launches a Hail Mary, and his prayer is answered by DeAndre Randolph. 14-10 Hawks at the break, but the second half was all Orem. Lance Reynolds down the sideline, 55 yards. The Tigers would score on the very next play. They had another score and keep Alta off the scoreboard in the second half, and they win by 10. Kearns hosting Taylorsville. Less than 2 minutes into the game, down 3-0. Kearns Bassa takes the kick and returns it 75 yards to the house. It starts a flurry of scoring by Kearns that you won't believe. They scored 39 points in the first quarter, 84 unanswered. That's right, 84 points. Kearns beats Taylorsville 84-3. That's not a typo on your screen. 12 touchdowns, 2 safeties. The longest-running football rivalry in Utah reached a milestone Friday night. Box Elder and Bear River went to battle in the Golden Spike game for the 100th time. And we picked this one up. A fourth quarter was a battle to the very end. Box Elder takes a 22-12 lead, 2-point conversion. But Bear River doesn't panic on their home field on fourth down. Ace Jones breaks loose for a 63-yard touchdown. The 2-point conversion was good. The lead is down to 2. And then with 3 minutes left, Josh Payne going for it all. Cale Wilcox has got it. That's your game-winning touchdown. Bear River wins the Golden Spike, 26-22.
A class against Green Friday. Morgan with the late 16-7 lead. Green Canyon.
Now went to Jacob Regan, but Wolves down 16-14. They line up for the game-winning field goal, and it is blocked. Morgan blocks the field goal. It's blocked by Riker Keel. And Morgan with a stunner. They hang on for the 2-point win.
All right, two teams with state title aspirations that have struggled out of the gates this season are Timpview and Bingham, both teams with 0-2 records. Timpview's losses, though, have come against number 2 American Fork and number 4 Lone Peak. Bingham lost to number 3 Skyridge and number 1 Corner Canyon. So these two teams definitely, in their records, say. One of them getting their first win on Friday night. Bingham with a big first half. Troy Main to Isaiah Glasker to get it into the red zone. Main would then take it himself on the next play. And then later in the quarter, Main on the keeper, 11-yard score. There's Saya Lomu just bullying defenders. Cale Whiteman would then punch it in. Second half was a different story. Timpview scores 14 points in the third quarter. Raider DeMooney does this, a 34-yard pick six. That cut the lead to 3, but that's as close as it would get. Bingham with its first win of the season.
If you love defense, then what Riverton did against Granger Friday night is the highlight you've been waiting for. Let's start with this defensive masterpiece by Riverton's Braden Hunkin. How tough is this? A 73-yard pick six, and he earned it. Let's go to the second quarter. A bad snap on the punt by Granger. We have an opportunity. A scoop and score by Wooly Cooper. He's going to go 55 yards. It's 21-6 Riverton. Please, sir, may I have another? Andrew Scouten off the deflection. It's a pick six. 28-6 Riverton. And yeah, let's do one more. Caden Myers, pick six. All but one of the Silver Wolves' 5 touchdowns came on defense and special teams. No punts in this game either. How about that?
Well, Dixie had no trouble.
Barman to pass this time, throws it over the middle.
And if you thought he was down, think again. A 28-yard touchdown. Look at a closer look here. He spun from the defender. He never touched the ground, guys. The Flyers got the win 35-6.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened.
Well, Region play began in Week 4 for several teams across the state, including Region 8, where Spanish Fork hosted Provo in our Game Night Live Game of the Week. A defensive battle. It was a slugfest. 1 touchdown in the first half, and it belonged to Provo quarterback Jace Welch. What a job the offensive line did there to open up the hole. 34 yards for the touchdown. It was 6-0 Provo until 9 seconds left in the third when Spanish Fork finally breaks through with a big play. Zach Dart to Cade Olson, who breaks free for a 62-yard score and a 7-6 lead. Fourth quarter, Provo comes right back and scores. Welsh to Rock Magleby, a 16-yard touchdown. 12-7 Provo. Spanish Fork driving, but Ryder McGillivray picks off the Zach Dart pass. The Dons get one more possession, but the Bulldog defense gets another pick to clinch victory. Provo with the win after having last week's rivalry game with Timpview canceled due to COVID-19.
Lakers continuing their hot start to the season against Mountain Crest. The Lakers get some help from big plays like this. Jordan City. His punt return goes 88 yards to the house. Jordan City's having a nice season this year, and he had a very nice game on Friday night because then again, City, a 66-yard touchdown reception from Cayman Best. 14-0 lead after the first quarter. Mountain Crest does get on the board, though, here. Zeb Benson juking his way through the Lakers defense. cuts the lead in half. It's 14-7, but Bonneville would break it open in the second, tied at 14. Carson Jones recovers the blocked punt for a 21-14 lead. Then Best is going to find Cord Shaw, another Bonneville touchdown, and a big win, 42-14.
Region 10, Mountain View up north in Ogden. Let's go to the first quarter. Caden Coons to David Hare. It's a 10-yard touchdown and a 7-0 lead for the Bruins. A few minutes later, Bruins driving again, but pass is picked off. Ozzie Norton. There's a catch by Ogden. Jace Holt to Logan Shovey to tie the game at 7. The Mountain View run game was working, though. Liam Hone breaks the plane for 6, and then check out this one-handed pick by Aaron Hyatt in the end zone. Mountain View with a 31-21 win.
All right, Manti and Juan Diego trailing 14-6. Troy Matson with an incredible catch back in the end zone. That makes it a 14-12 game. How about Dallas Larson? He's going to take this one 80 yards other way, all the way to the house. Juan Diego building their lead. It's 28-12 after that touchdown run. Now, Manti did have a big fourth quarter. Down 7, Jax Perry finds Keegan Strickland to cut the lead to 1. They need an extra point to tie it. That's it. Oh, painful. They miss. Juan Diego survives for the 1-point win.
And each week on Game Night Live, we put together the best images from what we see each week under the Friday Night Lights.
Yeah, we've got the projector loaded up, so here we go. Week 4 edition of the Highlight Reel.
Up next, you saw the highlight reel, but now let's show you the top 5 plays of the week. It's our Game Night 5 next. The latest Game Night Live power rankings are out. No surprises. Corner Canyon still on top after winning their 30th straight game. No big deal. Only one change. American Fork and Skyridge switched spots at 2 and 3. The rest remains the same. See if that stays the same next week. Now, this is quickly becoming one of our favorite segments each week on SportsBeat. It's the Game Night 5.
Yeah, we had a long list to choose from once again, but here are the top 5 plays that we chose from this weekend of high school football.
Number 5, Maple Mountain's Aiden Seuli. Oh, my goodness. He's just throwing them around. That's just mean. Takes it to the house. Maple Mountain wins. Beast mode.
Check out this catch by Timpview's Chad Allred.
Oh, threads the needle.
Kept his eye on it the whole way. What a grab. Diving like that up the sidelines, didn't lose focus.
Wow. That's not number 1. This better be good. Number 3, Bonneville's Jordan City. Spins and scores. It shouldn't be this easy. I don't think it's this easy, but he makes it look like it. It's an 88-yard punt return. Bonneville is hot.
Number 2, Mountain View's Aaron Hyatt, preserving the Bruins' lead. One-handed interception at the goal line.
What? I can't get tired of watching that over and over again. One more time. Oh, maybe not. Number 1, Riverton's Braden Hunkin with the pick. The breaking of the tackle, the stiff arm, and then he's down the sideline. He breaks another tackle. 73 yards for the pick six. One of 3 pick sixes by Riverton's defense. Wow.
And we also want to give you a reminder for next week's Game Night Live Game of the Week. Skyview and Green Canyon, Friday at 7 on the KSL TV app and KSLSports.com. Join JJ and Sly for it.
Hey, I'll be there.
At Intermountain Cancer Center, we know the moment you're diagnosed with cancer,